Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how I turned my old handmade manga into a webtoon, so stay tuned. From the very first attempt here to the most current up-to-date attempt, which is here. So I start out by using Procreate with this size canvas 800 by 7680, and what I like to do is I like to start in Procreate mainly because it has I don't know how to describe it, just a more quality line art to it, and I'm just more comfortable with it. Ideally, I could just use all of this in Ibis Paint or Ibis Paint, however you pronounce it. But I do make it a little bit more complicated for myself, and I use two different like apps and programs, which is Procreate and Ibis Paint. And like I said, I use Procreate mainly for just the line art. I don't do anything else. Most people would probably say this is making it really difficult for myself, and it's a bit random, but it works for me. As you can notice up here in the corner at the top here, I'm looking at an old photo reference of my own drawing. This was, of course, the manga version, really old, handmade, like I was still probably in middle school or high school, I don't remember, but that's what I'm looking at. And the reason I'm doing it is because I always told myself I wanted to stick to the original, which means I didn't want to switch a lot of things up and change things if I ever, I guess, became published or anything like that. Now granted, I know posting on Webtoon isn't really, well, to me it's an achievement regardless, but hopefully one day it takes off, but that's besides the point. The main reason I'm looking at it, like I said, is because I wanted to make sure I didn't change too much about the story. Moving on, and you can't really see it here very well, and I do apologize, the quality is terrible, and I assume that's the size of the canvas, but I take it into the other art program or application, which is Ibis Paint, and the reason I do that is because this is where I do the coloring, the speech bubbles, the text, and the backgrounds. I really like that app because, again, it offers so much, a little bit more than Procreate in my opinion, but that's just me. And yeah, that's where I do this process. And here is where I was referencing finding really old videos of mine that I happened to find on YouTube buried in my account, and it's basically some clips I found of the original handmade physical, version of this story. And again, I wanted to keep a lot of it still in the Webtoon currently. As you see, I'm kind of flipping through and the art is terrible, as expected. Some of it I remember, and I honestly wish I still had these little physical books because I would love to look through them, but I don't know where they're at, unfortunately. Right here, by the way, I'm actually comparing because I thought I improved, which I guess back then I did, and I'm still improving, thankfully. But yeah, that's what this process is here. The next part that I wanted to show was the attempts at the current cover art. So it kind of went through a yearly phase where I think the first time I ever tried to draw that photo, I think was 2 to 3 years ago. I don't fully remember, but I think I tried to draw that specific pose at least 3 or 4 times, and you clearly saw those attempts there. Obviously the one that I'm using right now is the current up-to-date one. Honestly, who knows, maybe I'll try to draw it again, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to show that funny little thing where I kept trying to redraw that photo. around here, I'm actually going to show you a part that I thought was kind of funny. I wanted to keep this particular scene in the webtoon. So if any of you have read the webtoon, which I'm going to link that in the description at the top of the comments. This infamous bird scene, I wanted to keep that specific part, and I just wanted to show that because, like I said, a lot of it I wanted to stick true to the original. So I just wanted to throw that in there, and that's pretty much the entire video. The main reason I wanted to make this is because I do definitely want to promote this webtoon. I typically get discouraged and unmotivated if I feel like it's not performing too well. It's one of my biggest weaknesses and downfalls. I hate to say it, but I really want to get it out there, like I said, and I hope you guys like it. If any of you even consider reading it. And by the way, right here I'm actually showing some more really old art. But yeah, everything is going to be linked in the description and at the very top of the comments, so if you check it out, I want to thank you very much for your support, and I hope you enjoy this little video.